Hello, good morning friends. So welcome to this class. And as we were dealing with the rivers of our country, major rivers of our country, we learned about so many rivers that were flowing from Himalaya. They are called Himalayan rivers, and other rivers flowing from the Western Ghats in the peninsular plateau. They are called peninsular rivers. We saw what are the major rivers, what are their tributaries, and so on. So now let us come to the last part of this lesson, and there we shall learn about lakes. What are the lakes? There are also other water bodies in the country, lakes. So apart from the rivers, there are lakes. So you may be familiar with the Valley of Kashmir and the famous Dal Lake, a houseboats and shikaras which attract thousands of tourists every year. So you may not have gone to Kashmir, I suppose. At least you must have learned about it in the TV, in the news, you must have seen all that things. So there is a famous lake in Kashmir Valley called Dal Lake, and it is a famous tourist attractive center. So many thousands of people every day go to this and play there in the lake. They have boat riding and so on. So it is because of the presence of this lake that this Kashmir Valley has become a famous tourist center, and thousands of people come there. Suppose these things were not there, no lake, no boat riding, then many people would not have come there. Similarly, you may have visited some other tourist spots near the lake and enjoyed boating, swimming and other water games. So in most of the places where there is lake, the tourist department arranges so many programs. They arrange swimming, they arrange boat riding and so on. So that attracts the people more, and they come for refreshing, they come for enjoyment there. And imagine that if Srinagar, Nainital and other tourist places did not have a lake, would they have been as attractive as they are now today? Have you ever tried to know the importance of lakes in making a place attractive to tourists? Apart from attraction for tourists, lakes are also useful to human beings in many ways. So, wherever there are lakes, that place becomes a tourist center. So, the water place or the lake plays an important role in providing attraction to the people, or making a place beautiful and attracting the people to come there and enjoy the scenery, beauty of the water and play in the water and so on. So that is one thing to attract the tourists. But there are also other useful ways are there in different ways. The lake will help the human beings. Let us see the following. So there's a little bit of general knowledge is there. Lakes of large extent are called seas, like the Caspian, the Dead Sea and the Aral Sea and so on. So if the lake is very big, very huge, then it is called sea. So in different parts of the world we have got the Caspian Sea, the Dead Sea and the Aral Sea and so on. Dead Sea, you know, in Israel we find. So it is a very famous lake, Dead Sea. There the water comes inside but doesn't go out. So the water remains there, and so it is no more fresh, and the water's intensity or density is increasing, and if you jump inside also you will not die, you will not go down, you will be floating like the planks, like the wood on the top of the water. So Dead Sea that is a speciality. Okay, now let's come back to the lakes in India. What are the lakes that are found in India? So India has many lakes. These differ from each other in the size and other characteristics. Most lakes are permanent and some contain water only during the rainy season, like the lakes in the basins of inland drainage or semi-arid regions. And these are some of the lakes which are the result of the action of glaciers and ice sheets, and while the others have been formed by wind, river action and human activities. So we say India has got many lakes. There are many lakes in India, and they differ from each other in size and in characteristics. Some of them are very big and some of them are very small, and most of them are permanent. Some contain water only during the rainy season. So some of them have got permanent water inside. Throughout the year there is water. But some lakes are very small and they are in the dry region, therefore water remains only during the rainy season. When there is rain, they will have a good amount of water. Once rain is over, the water level will go down and down, because they are in the semi-arid region, semi-dry region. And there are some lakes which are the result of the action of glaciers and ice sheets. So we saw in the Himalayan mountains and so glaciers are there. Throughout the year ice is there. So this ice remains there and it is going down because of the weight maybe. So it is going down and that part will become a big hole like, big pond like. So that will turn into a lake. And when this ice is melting, that area will be filled with water. So that is due to activity of glaciers. And sometimes it is with the activity of the wind. When the wind is blowing, the loose soil is carried away and put in somewhere far away. So the region where there are strong winds, constantly every day the mud is carried away by the wind, because it is a dry region, and that place becomes lower and lower. After many years, it does not happen within 1 year or 2 years. After many years, that area becomes a pond like a big lake. So that is the lake created by wind. Then there are also because of river action and human action. Sometimes river will be flowing in that area and the river will become bigger and bigger and that area may turn out to be a lake. And also human-made lakes are there. People with a machine, JCB, dozer and so, they remove the soil and make a big lake, natural. That is not natural lake, that is human-made lakes. So a mentoring river, mentoring we learned in the other class also, that term, mentoring, rivers turning and flowing. So mentoring means turning. So a mentoring river across a floodplain forms cutoffs that later develop into axe-bored lakes. So some of the turning rivers which will flow across a floodplain, then that will form cutoffs of lakes. So that river will change its course and that area is cut off. So water remains there in that river. So it is because of the action of the river. And splits and bars form lagoons in the coastal region, coastal areas. Example, Chilika Lake, the Pulicat Lake, the Koleru Lake and so on. So that is due to splits and bars. So the river will split and create bar, block, and that way some of the lakes are created. Which are the lakes created by splits and bars? Their names are Chilika Lake, Pulicat Lake and Koleru Lake. The lakes in the region of inland drainage are sometimes seasonal. For example, the Samba Lake in Rajasthan, which is a saltwater lake, its water is used for producing salt. So these lakes in the region of inland drainage are sometimes seasonal. So for example, this Rajasthan has got a Samba Lake that is seasonal. Always there is no water. Maybe in the rainy season it may have water. So the water that is formed in this Samba Lake, it is not a pure water, but it is salt water, and this water is used for producing salt there. Then most of the freshwater lakes are in the Himalayan region. So if you want to get freshwater lakes, you must go to Himalayan region, because there the water comes after melting of the ice, and so that will be the pure water. Most of the other places may be salt water and so on. And they are of glacier origin. So this pure water, that is fresh water, that is coming by melting of the glaciers. In other words, they formed when glaciers dug out a basin which was later filled with snow melt. So once I said just before, the big piece of glacier remains there. Slowly that area is going down and it becomes like a big lake, and afterwards that will melt, and the snow also from the nearby hill will melt and come and reach here in that river. That way it will become in that lake, that way it will remain a freshwater lake. And the Ular Lake in Jammu and Kashmir, that is an example. In contrast, is a result of tectonic activity. So another lake, that is Ular Lake, that is not created by the glaciers. So in Kashmir there is a lake called Ular Lake that is created by tectonic activities, that means moving of the soil. The soil was moved away from there and it was later created a lake. So in the beginning of geography lesson we learned the movement of earth on plates. The tectonic plates were moving. So here two plates were moved away and that place became a lake, that is tectonic activity. So it is the largest freshwater lake in India. That way it became a very big freshwater lake in India. We can underline which is the largest freshwater lake in India. What is the name? The Ular Lake in Jammu and Kashmir, which is formed by moving away of earthen plates. The top plate, it moved away and there was a big lake created. And the Dal Lake, the Bhimtal, the Nainital, Loktak and Barapani are some other important freshwater lakes. So there are so many other freshwater lakes in India. We have the Dal Lake, the Bhimtal and the Nainital, the Loktak and the Barapani. All these are freshwater lakes. Then apart from natural lakes, the damming of the rivers for the generation of tidal power has also led to the formation of lakes such as Guru Gobind Sagar for Bakra Nangal project. So all these we are talking about the lakes that are formed by natural action. Now we form the lake and another way as well. For irrigation purpose and for producing electricity, we build dams, we make big dams, and so water level comes up, the whole area, so many kilometers long area is covered with water for dam. So that also is like a lake, man-made lake. So that also, there also water facility, the boating facility and other games, everything is possible. So even the dams are converted into lakes. So we can see a picture of Loktak Lake here. Can you say where is Loktak Lake? It is one of the freshwater lakes in India. It has got a lot of floating islands are there. So that is in Manipur, the Loktak Lake. Now lakes are of great value to human beings. A lake helps to regulate the flow of a water, flow of a river. And during heavy rainfall, it prevents flooding, and during the dry season, it helps to maintain an even flow of water. Lakes can also be used for developing tidal power. They moderate the climate of the surroundings, maintain the aquatic ecosystem, enhance natural beauty, help develop tourism and provide recreation and so on. So these lakes are very useful for human beings. First of all, they are able to regulate the flow of river water. If there is extra water in the river, then it can be diverted to the lakes, and lakes can take some of the water and reduce the water flow in the river. Or it can, in that way, it can prevent flooding. So very often during rainy season the river is flooded. So if the lakes can receive some of the water from the river, then the flooding can be avoided. Then that way the flow of the river water will be maintained. And another thing we said, in the river we can make a dam and create artificial lake. So that way it becomes useful. The lakes become useful for producing hydroelectric power. Then they moderate the climate of the surroundings. So if a lake is there, that area will be cool, isn't it? Because of the presence of the water, the air becomes cool and the temperature becomes down. So that is another advantage for the people who are living in that area. Then they maintain the aquatic system, the water system they maintain with a lot of beauty. There may be a lotus growing there, or a fish may be growing there, other water creatures like frogs and other. So aquatic system is maintained if there is a lake. In the river it is not possible for the plants to grow or flowers to grow, but the lake is still, therefore flowers like lotus and other small plants and fish, everything can grow there. So it is maintaining the ecosystem and enhancing the natural beauty. So it is beautiful, that's why tourists are attracted and so on. And help develop tourism and provide recreation. So these are some of the usefulness of the lake in our country. Now let's come back again to the rivers. What is the role of the river? We already said about different rivers. Let's see how are they going to help us in our country. So rivers have been of fundamental importance throughout the human history. Water from the rivers is a basic natural resource essential for various human activities. Therefore, we say river is very useful because this water is used for irrigation, used for producing electricity and so on. Therefore, water is very much essential for human activities. Therefore, the river banks have attracted settlers from ancient times. And these settlements have now become big cities. Make a list of cities in your state which are located on the bank of a river. So since this river is very useful, what happened? What did the human beings do? They came and settled near the river. So near Indus, near Nile, so many rivers are there in the world which has turned out to be very big cities. So people came and settled in near the riverside, in that delta, in that plain area near the river. And slowly more and more people came, and that became a big settlement. Now they all have become big cities and towns. So in India also you will find near the riverside there are a lot of cities are coming up, like Mumbai is on the seashore, and on the riverside also you will find plenty of the cities are coming up. That shows the importance of river in the life of the people. Then, therefore, the river banks are attracted and using rivers for irrigation, navigation, hydropower generation is of special significance. So, using river for producing different things like hydroelectric power, or it can also use for other navigation purpose. You can use small boats in the river to travel to other places, and it is also used for irrigation. That is very much important for us because we are a country depending on agriculture. 60% of the people are depending on agriculture. Therefore, we need river water for irrigation as well. So, in many ways, and the river plays a very important role in our life. So, particularly a country like India, where agriculture is a major source of livelihood of the majority of its population. So that speaks about the importance of irrigation, the availability of river water for irrigation. Now we see the river is so important for us, but at the same time we don't take care of these rivers. We do a lot of pollution there. We do a lot of pollution in the river. We go and throw a lot of waste into the river. We don't have any other place to throw, so we throw in the river. So river water gets polluted. A lot of dirty things we are connecting to the river, and so the river gets polluted. So let's see what is the consequences and how it happens and so on. So the growing domestic, municipal, industrial and agricultural demand for water from rivers naturally affects the quality of water. So now people need lot of water, and everybody is depending on river for domestic purpose, for house purpose and for municipal. So for those who are supplying water, the government, municipality is supplying water, drinking water, they are taking from the river. And industries, they need lot of water. They are also taking from the river. And agriculture demand, farmers who want to do the irrigation, they are also taking from river. So almost all groups of people, all sections of people are completely depending on this river water. And therefore, as a result, more and more water is being drained out of the river, reducing their volume. So since all these people are using this river water, what happens? The quality or the quantity of the river water becomes less and less because it is carried away for different purposes. And on the other hand, a heavy load of untreated sewage and industrial effluents are emptied into the rivers. So people are so much depending on the river for water. At the same time, lot of sewage means waste, is thrown into the river from the industry, from the domestic purpose and so on. Lot of untreated, that means without purifying, a lot of wastewater is connected to the river, a lot of solid waste is thrown into the river and so on. It affects the water quality, the aquatic life, everything is affected because we are sending all this waste into the river. And this affects not only the quality of water but also the self-cleansing capacity of the river. For example, given the adequate stream flow, the Ganga water is able to dilute and assimilate pollution loads within 20 kilometers of large cities. But the increasing urbanization and industrialization do not allow it to happen, and the pollution level of many rivers have been rising. So most of the rivers have got that ability to clean the dirty things that are put. But the people that are settled near the river are so many. The amount of waste is increasing. Therefore, the rivers are not able to clean by itself. Otherwise, only little bit of dirt means the river will carry it away. It will not affect much. But people are going on throwing more and more waste into these rivers, and that way, if you look at Ganga, that's a major concern for India. It becomes so dirty. After every celebration, religious celebration, people go and throw statues there in the middle of the river, and that becomes higher and higher, and the water quantity, the volume of the water is less, and the river becomes more and more dirty. So government is taking steps to clean up Ganga and so on. So that is needed to clean up every river in our India, because it is made dirty by us. Therefore we have to take initiative, we have to take steps to clean them also. Then only we can have good water in our country. Then concern over rising pollution in our rivers lead to the launching of various action plans to clean the rivers. Have you heard about such action plans? How does our health get affected by polluted river water? Think about it. Life of human beings without fresh water. Arrange a debate on this topic in the class. So people, when they realize that river water plays so much of importance in their life, because river water is a fresh water, and to have that fresh water for our daily need, to wash, to bath and to drink, all this we need fresh water. Therefore the importance of river is very much high in our life, but we are so ignorant about it. We go on wasting, or we have gone throwing waste into these rivers, and we make our own life more congested. We are making houses, we are forcing houses to use the dirty water which we ourselves are creating. So we need to be aware about all these things, and we need to cleanse our rivers. We need to take different projects. The government is taking initiative, that is good, but that is not enough. We need to clean it up more, and we need to take steps so that people don't further dirty the rivers. So that is the end of this lesson, which we are talking about the drainage system. We talked about river bodies, lakes bodies and so on, and importance of the lakes and rivers and the fresh water that is required for our human beings. So let us also learn about a small topic is given there. Let us see that also. So the activities of Ganga action plan. So that's a activity plan, action plan to clean up Ganga. Ganga action plan. Phase 1. initiated in 1985, but still the river is dirty, were declared closed on 31st March 2000. So after 15 years they closed that action program. The steering committee of the National River Conservation Authority reviewed the progress of the GAP, that is Ganga Action Plan, and necessary correction on the basis of lessons learned and experiences gained from GAP Phase 1. These have been applied to the major polluted rivers of the country under NRCP. So for 15 years this action plan was there in the river Ganga, and they saw how effective it was, how much the river was clean. So they tried to apply that same project to other dirty rivers in our country. So the Ganga Action Plan Phase 2 has been merged with NRCP. The expanded NRCP now covers 152 towns located along 27 interstate rivers in 16 states. So there is another program started called NRCP, and under this all the 27 rivers are connected. 27 rivers which are passing through 16 states, all these rivers are put in this program to clean it up and so on. Under this action plan, pollution abatement works are being taken up in 57 towns. So government is doing cleaning work to clean up all these rivers in our country. A total of 215 schemes of pollution abatement have been sanctioned. So government has allowed so many cleaning programs, cleaning functions, so many projects have been sanctioned to clean up all these rivers. Not one or two schemes, but 215 schemes have been sanctioned. So much of money is given in order to clean up this river. And remember, it is we who are dirtying this river, and again we spend money to clean that. So it's really we are wasting our money. So far 69 schemes have been implemented under this action plan. 1 million liters of sewage is targeted to be intercepted, diverted and treated. So under this project, government wants to change the water that is coming out, the dirty water coming out from homes and factories. So they are trying to clean up 1 million liters sewage. The waste that is coming out from the factory, 1 million liters, not 1 or 2 liters, millions of liters of water they want intercepted. Intercept means they want to stop it. They don't want directly send that dirty water into the river, and they want divert it and treat it. So they change the direction and send to some other cleaning place and purify that wastewater, then send it to the river. That is the plan, so that the river will not be polluted. So that is the action plan of the government. A lot of money is sanctioned for that, and we hope our leaders will spend that money, very precious money, in the proper way without thinking of their own personal benefit. They will spend it for the entire nation and make all our rivers clean. So I hope you all have understood it about different purposes of rivers and lakes and usefulness and how big they are, what are their names, what are their tributaries and so on. So read again, as I have said in the previous days, read nicely again and again, and you will learn it, you will make it more understandable, and you will grasp it nicely. Now let us do that few exercises that are at the end of this lesson. Choose the right answer from the 4 alternatives given below. First one. Which one of the following describes the drainage patterns resembling the branches of a tree? So the beginning of the lesson we learned, if the drainage pattern resembles the tree, what is it called? Dendritic. No, answer is dendritic, number B. Then second one. In which of the following states is the Ula Lake located? Answer is Jammu and Kashmir. Number 3. The river Narmada has its source at, what is the answer? Number C, Amarkantak. Amarkantak. Then number 4. Which one of the following lakes is a saltwater lake? Which one is answer? Number A, Sambar Lake. Then number 5. Which one of the following is the longest river of the peninsular India? Just now we finished. It is the longest river in Peninsular India. Godavari. Number C. Godavari. Then number 6. Which one amongst the following rivers flows through a rift valley? What is the answer? Rift Valley. River flowing through the Rift Valley. River Tapi. Number D. Tapi. Then take question number 3. Below are given the names of few lakes of India. Group them under 2 categories, natural and created by human beings. So, the names of the lakes in India are given there. Some of them are natural lakes, some of them are created by human beings. So, you have to identify. First one, Ular, natural lake. Nainital, natural lake. Gobind Sagar, which is human made. Then Barapani, natural lake. Sambar lake, natural. Nizam Sagar, that is man-made. Then Nagarjuna Sagar, that is also man-made. Then Dal, that is natural. Bhimthal, that also natural. Then Loktak, that is also natural. Chilika, natural. Then Rana Pratap Sagar, that is man-made. Then Pulikat, that is natural. Then Hirakund, that is also man-made. So these are the dams in India or lakes in India that are made by human beings. So all the dams we can be sure made by human beings, but some others are natural lake. So the rest of the questions I will give you, so you will be able to write it down in your books and submit to me in my number. So I will just check whether you are writing or not. So don't keep it pending. Try to do your works as it is given, so that the work will not be like a burden. You will be able to cover it up in time, and you will be able to complete it, study as well. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.